Now, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Princess Jasmine.
And I'm me. Who are you? Thank you for joining us today, Sunday, Laid Back Sunday, as we call it Open Topic, which means anything and everything is up for discussion. No rules to be broken, because there are no rules. Okay. Exactly.
Yes, that's that topic.
My favorite kind, no rules. Starting it off, I have to give big ups to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for doing his first ever public endorsement of the Vice President and President Biden and Miss Harris. He publicly endorsed them. He calls himself a central idealist, which pretty much was what I would label myself. You know, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a progressive, I'm an independent, I'm a central, you know. Okay, how you doing? Yeah, we're on the same page as that. And he's getting a lot of shit from his fans. No, his fans. If he was a constituent, he'd be a politician, considering he's not that. But he's getting a lot of shit from what was once his fans, who thought he was, for some reason, a Trump supporter. Or, the way some of them put it, one that's neutral, who stays in the middle. So, I guess because he decided to publicly make it known, his stance, his view. You know, now everybody, oh, I'm no longer a fan of yours. Oh, you're not the American I thought you were, and yada, 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 yada. I'm sorry, but last time I checked, I thought of being an American meant you were allowed to express your views and opinions and thoughts openly without ridicule, and, you know, as long as they weren't demeaning or disrespectful or, you know, degrading anyone's, you know, religions or ideals or, you know, way of life. I thought that was, you know, your choice to pick or say who it is you stand for.
And first,
so obviously, for all you who gave him shit, who were supposed to be his fans, fuck you, because you know you weren't his fans. Because if you were, you would respect the fact that that man has the right to endorse whoever he chooses. Has nothing to do with what person he is. You all don't like it. For those of you who support Trump, you don't like it when you get shit for it. So don't turn around and flip it on a person who you claim you were once his #1 fan. Give me a grip. Give me that. Whatever.
First off, if you were a #1 fan of his, you would already know, one, how daring he is. Two, that he does not abide by anybody's rules except his own.
Hello. And you know what? He actually said that.
I know.
On his, because what he did was, and I thought this was so cool how he did. He actually did his own little interview with Biden and Harris and asked them, you know, the questions that a lot of other people were thinking. It was kind of cool how he did it. And like I said, even if you don't agree with him, you gotta respect his right to say who he feels he stands for. And he didn't, like I said, didn't do it in a disrespectful way or bash anyone who didn't agree with how he agrees. Right. You know, he didn't do any of that. So for him to get that negative feedback from his so-called once were fans, screw you, because you were never his fan if you did that bullshit.
True that. And, I mean, come on. If he, like he said before, he himself said before, if you are a true fan, you would know that from watching WWE.
He comes out the box.
He comes out of the box all the time.
Every time.
He clearly states it frequently that The Rock bows to no one.
That's right. Hello.
He clearly states that.
Isn't that what made everybody like him? Because of those very words, and that he couldn't be controlled or told what to do, or he danced to the beat of his own drum, sort of, you know, that whole thing. So whatever, like I said, all his fans, he's so hyped.
The People's Champ stands for something. It's not just a title that he chose. It was a title that was passed down from his great, was his grandfather?
Well, his grandfather and his father both.
Right,
Or-
his grandfather, his father, and then him.
Yeah.
Like, come on. If you're a real fan, you know.
Fans get
You
so hyped
know
for him that
that
they couldn't
they
tell when he was cooking.
Act the way you.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, they wasn't liking the smell of what he was cooking this time, so they no longer became his so-called fans, and that's what I will refer to them as, so-called fans. Because if he was to come out and if he would have came out and said he was going to support Trump, would I have been shocked by it? Of course, but that would have made me not like him.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a fan because I'm a fan of no one, but if I like the person's personality, okay, I can't say that, okay, I no longer like you because you're not supporting who I support.
Right.
That dismisses all your other qualities,
Exactly.
all the other good things that made me like who you are as a person,
Right.
because you don't agree with who I, choose, my pick. Okay, I no longer want to, say I like you. You're not my friend anymore. I'm not gonna play with you on a playground anymore.
That's like going on a date and then you sitting there and the waiter comes to you. What would you like to drink? I'll have a Dr. Pepper. I'll have a Sprite. I don't think this is gonna work out because
Because you like the and
That's,
you like Sprite. It has no color. It's clear.
You're a real nice guy. You're a really good guy. You are so sweet. You open
Yeah,
doors
but
for
you
me,
like
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, can't do it. No,
I gotta go.
Can't be friends. Can't be friends.
Right. It's ridiculous.
That's so childish and petty. Capital P. But anyway,
You gotta be happy that the people decided not to have him as a fan anymore, because for one, you prove yourself to be the same person that you normally are. You prove yourself to if you're a Trump supporter, you prove yourself to be just that, a Trump supporter. He lacks in loyalty, and so does everybody else that supports him.
oh my goodness, you know I never associated those two together. Wow, that is so true. Wow. Whoa.
You just proving the stereotype.
I never.
His lack of intelligence causes him to not have a rebuttal for when people say something to him.
No, they have to reach for the. They have to reach for the. But you did it too, or he did it too, or no. But that was. But what about this? But what about that? No legitimate backup facts.
Right, the Trump supporters' biggest thing is so funny because if you pay attention, Trump, if anybody came to him with facts, he never has a rebuttal because he's lacking intelligence.
Well,
right?
he dismisses facts.
Exactly. So he never has an actual rebuttal because of his lack of intelligence.
I mean, if he didn't come up with the facts, it's not facts.
Exactly.
That's his.
Trump supporters' only rebuttal to anything you say, Trump 2020. They're all fucked.
Trump Looney Tooney. How about that? Yeah, Looney Tunes, all of you.
Talking about hashtag Trump 2020. Everybody else was like hashtag Trump 2020 dead.
Okay. Now I try not to wish anyone,
Not me.
to
We the people.
to cross over to the other side until it's their time to. But every now and
You just need
then,
to cross over
another
out the White House.
species will cross my way, and I have to think twice about that little
Especially those,
wish list. Huh?
especially those subhumans.
Oh yes, them my non-favorite flesh of existence. Flesh of existence, yeah. My non-favorite ones, yeah. And you know who you are. The subhuman. Who's wrong? Oh yeah, I've been called much worse for saying that. But guess what? I don't care. Yeah. If you earn that, you wear it proudly. Subhuman.
I was contemplating burping you.
What? Okay, and what happened with the cut that off? Like, I can hear that. Oh my gosh, this boy is so good.
What happened with the?
Yeah, you said something about your
Oh
symbol.
my gosh, yes,
Okay,
the GMT
yeah.
symbol. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we thought it was a really good idea. It looked dope. Everybody was like, we are for this. But had to like gather some facts and things, and we realized that our Gen Z symbol, if you turn it, just turn it from a Z, you just turn it, and it looks exactly like the white supremacy symbol.
The swastika?
That too.
Okay, first off, let's get a little history on the swastika. For one, that actually means peace in the origin. It means peace. They took that and turned it into something ugly.
Also like,
But not the way that it is right now. That's not the original.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying the swastika itself, the origin of that, it means peace.
Yeah,
that's what that means.
It looks like the swastika, and also like the white supremacy have a symbol, and it literally looks like the white supremacy symbol. We're not for that.
Just change the symbol. I mean, just change the way you showing the Z.
Yeah, we're trying to work that out because how we had it, it's like so dope. We're like, that's not who we are. That's not what we represent right there. Oh, we gotta fix that. That is not it right there.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah.
Oh. Well, you would be the one to answer this question. Trump is expecting thousands of people at this upcoming rally. Is this another hocus pocus, or does he really have a shot at having all these people?
I don't know.
Okay.
We might decide not to because we're going after so much of his other stuff. Have you guys heard on the news maybe?
So, do you really not know, or you just not telling?
Okay, there you go. Even better. Right. Is it mum's the word, or you can't, divulge? Okay, I'm gonna take that as I can't divulge such info.
Look at my lid.
I just was taking a shot. I was taking a shot in the dark just to ask that. I just wanted to, because if come tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll read that his turnout wasn't what was expected.
Well, you know, for all you wonderful Trump supporters, all of us that support Trump, not me. Anyway, the New York Times posted that this man paid no taxes for the past 2 decades.
No crap. Who did? Okay, look. It was kind of easy to come to that conclusion when you were asked in the beginning, show your taxes. When you've been asked during your whole presidency, show your taxes. And each and every time you get a no. Obviously, you're hiding something. Because honestly, who cares about showing your taxes if your taxes is legit?
Mm-hmm.
No one cares. Yeah, feel free. Look them up for the past 10, 20 years. I don't have anything to hide. What you reaching for nothing. But I mean, that's really no shock factor there. I think everybody came on that ship a long time ago, as far as that.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You refreshed it?
Yeah.
Does it say he filed for bankruptcy now?
He filed for bankruptcy like 6 times. That's nothing new either. That's those wonderful little loopholes that he was bragging about that he knows so well. So, but.
Well, according to him, his excuse was that he made significantly less money than what was shown on his tax.
You have got to be joking me. Not the man who bragged about being the billionaire and blah, blah, blah. Are you kidding me? That's such crap. Who's buying this crap? I mean, seriously? Well, it's a proven fact that his supporters will buy, any bag of shit that he's selling. So they're not even involved in this question as far as other than them would believe that.
Money for sacks of bullshit. I wouldn't purchase bullshit if it's not authentic.
They purchased it and still purchasing it. All those that's following him 2020.
Buy authentic.
So yeah.
No, I said I don't purchase bullshit.
Well, but you did just say if it's not authentic, you didn't specify what it was. You gotta specify because commercials bullshit. But then
You know, I really don't want to waste too much precious time talking
But
about
anyway,
Yeah. Okay, boom, there you go. AKA, yes. I really don't want to waste.
this COVID-19 is really tearing a lot of families apart. They stated that.
Are you talking about because of the mandatory social distancing?
No, it's not because of that. What's happening is the experts are warning people of increase in the COVID-19 this fall. It's going to be a surge. So they're saying that 21 states have already reported it.
I'm lost because I thought coldness prevented that from, so somebody lied on that, right?
I mean, think about it. I can understand why that would be something that we all would think, because when you think about the cold, you think about like in hospitals, what do? They have
it'd be freezing and to prevent the spread of germs and whatnot.
So
Okay.
if it's to prevent the spread of germs, bacteria, diseases, and things of that nature, wouldn't you think that COVID-19 would also play a part in dying down due to the
But why would you say? Okay, then. So why would the cold months do more harm than good, according to these so-called experts?
Did y'all also hear what they said? That the COVID might be getting to a point where it's going to surpass only wearing masks and washing your hands.
Well, that was to be expected, because of the simple fact that when you think about it, when it first came out, there were so many assumptions as to how to catch the disease in the first place. People thought that it was airborne. Some people thought that it was, some people stated that it was airborne. Some people stated it was on contact. Some people stated that steam would kill it. Some people stated that
nobody really knew what the hell they were talking about, basically.
Basically, there were
too
many assumptions about the cures for COVID-19, vaccinations, and things like that. There were too many assumptions about it. And to me, I personally think that a lot of these people were just seeking attention and increasing their numbers on social media. That's
I don't
what
think so much that they were seeking attention.
I said some.
I just think they truly were, what's that saying? Grasping at straws. They didn't know what they were dealing with, and they were just, let's try this, let's try that, let's hope this works, let's hope that works. I think that's just,
especially when you're
what they found.
I
Come on, if something as simple as washing your hands and wearing a mask
come on.
is supposed to be sufficient enough to keep it from spreading.
A shot at hope, I think everybody has a shot at hope. But when you sit here and say, I'm telling you, because I've watched some of the videos and I'm just looking at it like, are you serious? Like,
See, you're
how did you know?
better than me because I don't watch any
how
of
did
it.
you even
I
know
don't watch
anything
none of
about a brand new virus
like I said, you're better than me because
not
I don't
even the
give
experts
none of
really think
that.
about it?
I don't give none of that credibility or attention or any of that because I just go off of, I know my body and I know what my body can endure, what it can withstand. Hell, I've died how many times? I'm still here. Apparently, I'm like the mighty cockroach. I take a licking and keep on taking.
So they're saying that 11 states have reported a decrease, and the other states have reported increases.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, well, hello. That's not the only thing that they got to worry about. Hey, you hear about the new brain-eating bacteria that's in the tap water in Texas?
Oh yeah, I heard
That a
about
little 6-year-old boy has died from? Yay! Look at that. Now you have to worry. But you can thank Trump for that. Fucking with the EPA. Yay! Hey, who needs to test the water to make sure that it's safe for drinking? Who needs to test that?
Sure.
Just roll the dice and hope for the best.
I know a cure for that. I know a cure for that.
Oh yeah, I'm a survivor.
Y equals MX plus B.
Huh?
Yeah.
I said, I'm
Is that
like,
right?
you know.
It's the water.
Mhm.
You gotta do Y equals MA
So yeah, you don't just have COVID to worry about. You now have that. So
what the hell is it for? Because I've been living for like 19 years and I still haven't had to use that one. Some of this stuff gotta work.
what are you talking about?
Slope formula. Some of this crap that they be teaching us in school gotta work for something.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay, first of all, I think I know.
They dumb y'all down so much. It's
I think I know. I
yeah.
think I know.
Again, like I said, that's a roll of the dice.
You have to find X.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
Exactly. Roll of the dice. Roll of the dice.
No, that's not gonna read it.
Sad but true.
How about you just find you and be done with it?
Oh, I found me.
But yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Apparently, somebody's so lonely that they made it a whole educational process to find X.
Well, I say this. If people don't get it together and stop coming up with all these dumbass assumptions about this COVID-19, this is leading towards mass destruction of the human race.
So eventually, zombie apocalypse. Keep it up, people.
Zombie
Yeah, you
apocalypse.
never know. That's what some of them probably want anyway. Seriously, I wouldn't put it past them. I would not. I've honestly
So nobody
believe.
wants a zombie apocalypse.
What the hell? Why do I want to be bothered with the zombies when I don't want to be bothered with the subhumans that I live amongst? Why do I want to be bothered with zombies? Although they would probably be much more intelligent than the subhuman,
Well,
but you know, hey, that's up for debate.
But also,
Please, they've been saying a zombie apocalypse since forever, and it hasn't happened yet.
And I've
I'm
just
not
been waiting
buying.
on it.
I'm not buying.
Target practice.
well, also think about this.
Stress relief.
Think about the fact that you got all these idiots still out here throwing COVID parties, people trying to catch the disease, as if the spread of the disease to everybody across the nation is going to make this any better.
Well,
Yeah,
when
too
you
many
have a
people
so-called
dying.
leader who says, "Oh, you don't have to, you know, follow the guidelines as far as washing your hands and wearing the mask and all of that," when you have the so-called leader telling his cult that they don't have to listen or abide by any safety rules as far as preventing the spread, then yeah, go figure. What do they care? Obviously, they think it's a joke because it hasn't hit them personally. So, I mean, again, that's right up there with the whole racism thing. As long as it's not hitting them personally, oh, what? Oh, well, I'm gonna turn my blind eye and keep moving.
I know, right?
That's the part that kills me. When it doesn't hit you personally, why should I care? Why should it bother me? You know, it don't have anything to do with me. Blah blah blah. Okay, until it does have something to do with you. But then by that time, everybody's taking on your persona as far as why should I care? It's not me. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. You're on your own. Blah blah blah.
Right.
And the idiots just keep on rolling. Keep on rolling.
Well, apparently there was a shootout in Austin, Texas, and the death of a gentleman named Mike Ramos. The senator, the former county judge, which is now a state senator-elect, Sarah Eckhart, she was stating that it was not a matter that resulted in the Black Lives Matter protesting. So this right here was, according to the media, this was an epic failure on the leadership. So this case is being addressed. They're stating that Eckhart, which is a Democrat, received 49.66% of her votes in the special election for Senate District 14, which had not been for concession of the second place finisher. First off, the problem that I'm having with this whole thing is, why is it that anything that nowadays that Black Lives Matter has gotten themselves involved in, that it is turning into something pertaining to politics when Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with politics?
It's because that's why they put it. They put it there. What do you think? They got to dehumanize it some way, shape, or form. And what better than to do that than to put it into politics? Just saying. What better way to do that? And like I said, it's so sad, but it's true. Once again, the subhuman rears its ugly head, and there you have it. Take something good and turn it into something ugly because you don't want to deal with the aftermath of what your people created and left behind for you to clean up.
Right. But they're saying that there was this gentleman named Garrett Foster, who was age 28. He was shot multiple times after the car turned into a group of demonstrators at Black Lives Matter protests in Austin on July 25th. Police said that Foster was carrying an AK-47. Why is it that everybody's always carrying a gun when they kill somebody for no apparent reason? AK-47 firearm when the car turned into a roadway and approached the driver's side window as other demonstrators began striking the vehicle.
And this was because of what? What?
It was the Black Lives Matter protest going on already.
Okay, I'm saying, is that why the shooting happened? It was because of the Black Lives Matter protests?
Mm-hmm. According to this is where it started.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But say again how black folks aren't supposed to be angry. Of course not. They're supposed to be happy-go-lucky people and fancy-free. Yeah, sure.
Okay, they is tripping now. They said the driver of their car who turned into the crowd told the police they had fired a handgun at someone who approached their driver's side window and pointed an assault-type weapon at them. APD has not indicated that Foster ever fired his weapon. So you just said that Garrett Foster was shot multiple times and that the police said that Foster was carrying an AK-47, but now it's about a handgun. An AK-47 is not a handgun.
That sure in the hell is big difference. Big difference.
It's not a handgun. Then he said that he pointed an assault-type weapon at them. But now the APD has not indicated that Foster has ever fired his weapon.
See, and this is how you know how the Constitution holds really no weight with so-called Americans. Because I'm just saying, because if it held weight, if it held any form of validity, all it is when people are protesting, they're protesting for a reason, a purpose. It's not, don't think they just get up in the morning and say, oh, okay, you know what, we gonna pound the pavement just for the hell of it. They have a cause. Why protests exist. Right to assemble, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In a peaceful manner. Right? Correct? Okay. I'm trying to figure out where the hell all these interlopers feel that they can just come in at a protest. If you're not a part of that cause or you don't stand for that cause, why the fuck you think it's okay for you to bring your trifling ass into somebody's protest trying to harm them just because you don't agree with what they're protesting about?
But not only that.
That's like coming to somebody's house and causing trouble because you don't like the way they decorated their front porch.
Right. And how many people who drives who drives
Subhuman, like I said.
who
they
drives
do
into
exist.
a protest? Who drives?
This is
you
what-
see a
okay,
group
that's
of
the
people
same-
and you go and
that-
drive
That's
into
exactly
the
what
crowd.
happened at that what was that, a couple of years ago when the girl got killed when the person ran their car into that protest in Charlottesville, I believe it
Yeah.
was.
Oh yeah.
Killed her. All she was out there doing protesting. She ain't had no weapons. She had nothing. But you ran this woman over, white woman, ran her over, and kept going too. You trifling son of a bitch.
Wow.
People who do that type of thing, just because you don't agree, yes, you are fucking subhuman. And I hate the fact that you actually breathe air. I really do. Because you serve no purpose other than to cause harm and chaos. And you shouldn't exist. Period. I'm saying it. Yes, I say it. Don't give a damn who don't like it. Just because you don't agree with what somebody, with what protest is going on, that don't give you the right to take somebody's life. Or to come in there trying to physically harm them. A protest isn't physically harming anyone.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
you.
you get butthurt feelings from it, but other than that, that's it.
I agree with you, but I'm also wondering why is it now, like, why is it that they're trying to turn the fact that so many people of melanin are getting killed? Why are they trying to turn this now into a political matter as opposed to
Because they
allowing
need
it
those
to
people
be-
with melanin's votes.
Okay,
That's why.
Maybe they need. Okay, I get the fact that they need the votes, but what I don't get is where is this cover up leading to besides politics? What else is this alluding to?
You really just say
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what it is. It's a cover up.
Damn cover up.
It is. It's a
They've been
cover-up.
knowing about this since forever.
No,
There's
I'm
nothing
saying,
being
I'm
covered
saying
up.
their excuses for consistently killing people with melanin. This is a cover up. When you go and take something else and put it in its place, that's a cover up. You haven't solved any issues. You haven't solved the issue at hand. You just putting other things in its place like you've been doing for years, constantly sweeping stuff up under the rug, but you're
And
not
that's going to continue to
solving the
happen
problem.
because no one has guts. Apparently, you had to be gutless to pull the shit, the type of shit that you pulled all those decades ago. I see your ancestors as fucking cowards. Period. Point blank.
Truthfully, there's a lot of things that have been going on for decades, for centuries, for eons that have consistently being covered up. When you talk about things that are being covered up, you talk about how racism was being the acts of racism against people of melanin were being covered up, swept up on the rug, and people were not getting in trouble for it. You talk about people stating that there's no such thing as extraterrestrials. The stories when people actually see something, see an extraterrestrial, you know it's an extraterrestrial because damn sure don't look human. It just gets swept up on the rug and get covered up. When you see stuff in the sky, they want to say that, the military was doing
Hot air
some testing.
balloon.
Right. Or the military was doing some testing. Like,
No, what was that other thing? A weather, what they call it? A weather balloon or something like that?
something like
But
that. I know
the
what you're talking
51 crash, whatever.
It was SpongeBob.
Whatever. It's like, well, I know damn well what I know what I saw and experienced and encountered, and nobody tell me any different. You weren't there, you didn't see what I saw, shut the hell up.
Right.
That's how I feel.
That's how I feel because the stuff that I've seen more than once, you can't tell me that had anything to do with any government experience, especially with my body being so close to it.
Heck no.
My body, notice I said my body was too close to that for you to ever tell me that was a government experience. So now you're gonna tell me they were shooting a hologram from a satellite, and that's what they did to get the hell out of here with that bullshit.
No,
For
not
real.
at all.
But let's be real. There's a lot of things that happen in this world, and you just want to keep trying to sweep it under the rug. How big is this goddamn rug? Like, seriously.
Man.
This rug is goddamn.
Apparently the rug is not big enough because all the shit is coming out from under it. And they can't keep up with it. They can't keep up with how much shit is coming out from up
Maybe
underneath.
it's not coming from under the rug. Maybe it's the fact that the dust mites are pushing it out. There's so much dust that the dust mites like, hey, we need our room back.
I don't know. I just know y'all need to stop trying to, like I say, put the Band-Aid on a deep wound. And the wound just gets fester. It's not getting treated. It's not getting taken care of. It just keeps getting that Band-Aid put on it. Band-Aid can only hold for so long until it has to be replaced with something. Or you just go ahead, fix it, and be done.
Come on, I think the Band-Aid been fell off because when you
Keep on putting the Band-Aid on, I mean, eventually the Band-Aid is just not going to be enough.
think about it like this: when the Band-Aid gets wet, what does it do? It loses stickiness. It starts to unravel.
The adhesive
And
starts
that's
to
just
just dwindle away.
Right.
And
Which also goes back to when you get bloodshed, what happens? That blood is making all your stuff be revealed. You're getting caught up, and now you gotta figure out another way to try to cover up that story. There's too many things being covered up.
bro, listen to Stevie Wonder song "Skeletons in Your Closet."
For real. I used to really write down.
Listen to that. So yeah, I don't know. Everybody keep calling about reparations.
Yes, I did.
I actually did the math on that whole 40-acre and a mule. Wow. The amount is enough to keep your kids, your grandkids, your grandkids' kids, they kids, and they kids, and they kids, and so on and so on. Very well off for a while. All because didn't honor what you said. The contract was never honored what your ancestors said. And for some reason, they think that they shouldn't be held accountable to that contract.
Well, when enough people dumb me down, it's like it was forgotten about. It was like just, until somebody bring it back up or until it's actually fought for, then forget it. And nobody's actually fighting for that nowadays. I don't know anybody that's actually fighting for it.
Fighting for what?
The reparations.
You said you don't know anybody that is?
Not personally, no.
Oh, well, I don't know anyone personally, but I do know that it's been a very much talked about topic as far as, what's going to happen with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I just hope that something is done about it because it's been going on for too long. It's long overdue, and
I firmly agree.
it should have never taken place in the first place. Like taking someone's land from them, that's bullying. Like seriously.
Like I said, if it wasn't yours, you should have stayed your ass the hell out. If you weren't invited to it, you should have stayed your ass the hell out. No one said that it was cool to just come take some shit. That's why they have laws now where you can't just come to somebody's home, take their stuff. I'm pretty sure those rules apply.
Wait till Columbus Day.
Yeah, well,
Damn Columbus, he didn't discover a goddamn thing. What did he discover? How could he discover anything
They said
Yeah,
when people was already here?
well,
What did he
was that
discover?
laws that you can't walk in somebody's house and just take stuff. Wait till Columbus Day, then you can.
What was that rule that when Rihanna was in her home chilling, not doing nothing to anybody? What was that rule at the end? Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying, like, it's a bunch of people where they say you just can't walk in somebody's house and take something. Like, seriously?
They just walked in her house and took her life.
Right. As if it was nothing.
Yeah. And, oh, my bad. That's pretty much what they said. Oh, my bad. Like, for real. You took a life.
And from what I heard, I mean, I don't know how true it is because I wasn't there. I didn't know her personally. But from what I heard, she had a very nice career path that she was following.
And she did, yes. She was studying to be a nurse. She was already an EMT worker. And she was studying to be a nurse.
I guess they felt like they had to take her out because she was going to become a nurse, and the nurses are actually eating a lot of people in the Black Lives Matter movement.
Well, you know, I hope that... I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I don't think that that's why. I think that, like I said, you just had some very untrained so-called professionals who really screwed up royally.
Yeah.
And rather than say that and be held accountable, I mean, really be held accountable, not that fake ass slap on the wrist. I ain't never heard of that charge that he got charged with. Yeah, not that. That's like I said, here we go, putting the Band-Aid once again on some injustice. Okay.
So I asked this, according to evidence, because it's not my evidence, but according to evidence, this was not an act of racism. But
nobody really said that it was. No one said that. Who said that?
I get that. This was not an act of racism. I get that. So that was the only plus in the whole incident in the first place, was that for a change, you didn't kill a person of melanin due to their racial profile, because for one, they didn't even know she was there. They was going after the boyfriend.
Well, if you was going after the boyfriend, it's like I said, I find it hard to believe that the boyfriend didn't get shot. So I'm sorry. How you going after the boyfriend, but that innocent woman received 8 shots in her sleep? I'm just not buying that at all. I'm not.
You know, I don't have enough money to pay for that level of grinding. I don't have enough to pay for that, but I do.
That bridge they trying to sell you in the backyard.
Yeah.
You don't have enough money for that.
I
Okay.
ain't got enough for
I
that.
really thought he was going to say you don't have enough money to pay for that bullshit.
All I know is this is supposed to be 2020. This is supposed to be all of this right now that's going on should have been taken care of, like I said, decades ago. This is 2020. Soon get ready to be 2021. 2021. And we still going in with the same bullshit? Seriously? When is it gonna stop? I mean, god damn, come on, people. You know you fucked up. Own your fuck up. Fix it.
Oh.
It should not be that difficult. It really shouldn't.
I
said it
wonder-
shouldn't. I didn't say it wasn't.
No,
I
I
said
just
it
remember
shouldn't.
something.
No, I really wonder to what magnitude is it gonna at some point benefit our people for them to finally follow the deal in which they made. And
Wait a minute. Say that again.
to what magnitude is it going to benefit our people for them to finally follow the deal in which they made? The reason why I say that is because
Follow what deal?
the 40 acres and the mule deal. So
You mean what the white folks' ancestors made? That deal.
right. That's why I said the deal that they made. So the reason why I say that is because what are the people going to do? What are the people really going to do if that were to actually take place? 2, will there be more incidents where they're trying to take it back and state that, oh, this was given for the wrong reasons? I mean, the reason why I say this is because when you think about all of the race wars and all of the racism and stuff that happened decades ago, then who's to say that there won't be something else put in place for this to happen again? I mean, granted,
Well,
don't get me
I'm
wrong.
sorry,
I think that nowadays you will have a serious fight on your hand because the people are not going to go for that. But who's to say that they won't try?
Who's to say that wouldn't be in their best interest to do so?
We all ought to say that.
Who's to say that? Because the thing is, the level that it could get, it hasn't reached yet. But if you that's like they say, you keep poking that hornet's nest, the hornet is gonna come out and, you're gonna be reaping what you sow on that. You're gonna wish you had just left the hornet alone.
Right.
So, who's to say that, like I said, that they not gonna reap that? Because nobody's gonna keep on taking crap that they don't have to. They don't have to. They shouldn't have to. No one should have to. And I would think you wouldn't want the same thing you wouldn't want to be happening to your people. You shouldn't do it to others. Mm-hmm. That's how I see that.
Well, I mean, if we look at what shouldn't happen, that's all we'll actually be doing is looking at it, because we can say what shouldn't happen, we can hope that things don't happen, but in the real world where there's a serious amount of greed, the possibilities are not only endless, but the possibilities seem more realistic than just assuming that it won't happen.
I just know I'm tired of it. And I'm just ready for, look, if we got to go to extreme, go to the extreme. That's about where I'm at on that, for real. If that's what it's gonna come to, then so be it. I'm so sick of this, because keep trying to talk. That don't seem to be solving nothing.
It's not.
At least I don't see it. Somebody prove me wrong on that. I don't see it. I don't see any leeway being given. I don't see any progress being made. I don't see none of that. So unless I'm missing something, somebody show me something. Put it on our site. Put it up there. Whatever. Show me where a difference is being made as far as constantly talking about it. I'm because I'm really tired of it. I am. I'm so sick of it. I've been sick of it. When I learned about it as a kid growing up, I didn't understand why the hell the people back then didn't do more. As far as the retaliation, I didn't get that.
I didn't
understand that. I didn't understand how did it get to go as far as it did. How did it get to go as far as it did without it being, equal casualties? I'll put it that way. Yeah. I didn't. As a child, I'm wondering this. I didn't understand it, and I didn't understand why our people feel the need to keep talk. Why?
Maybe they think that at some point someone would actually be listening, and the listeners would actually take action.
I don't have that type of patience. I really don't. I don't have that type of patience. I would have, see, this is why I guess I was born in the time frame in which I was, because I don't have that type of patience.
Well,
I really don't.
Gen X really didn't have much patience for anything that was not deemed an equal opportunity, because a lot of Gen X people, we actually got out and fought for a lot of different things. I mean, when me myself actually got out and fought for the Green Line, that to me that was a big thing. I was like 17 years old. We out there fighting for the rights of people of melanin to be able to work on the railroad.
Yeah, but it's one thing to be fighting for that, but it's another thing for the type of fight that they had back then in them times.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I don't understand how they endured what they did and there wasn't equal casualties. That's all
When
I'm
you
saying.
say back then in them times, you talking about getting attacked by dogs and sprayed with
Mm-hmm.
bullets. Oh well, see, let me explain.
Set the
that
buildings
for
on
you.
fire, burn, blowing up the church,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I don't understand how, and I get the whole, don't get it twisted when I'm, by me mentioning this, that I don't know all that happened back in them times as far as knowing my history of that, because I got that they felt that if you were violent back, it was gonna make things worse, yada yada yada.
Also,
Sometimes things need to get a little worse before they get better. That's how I see that. I'm just saying. That was just my take on the whole situation. I'm sorry, but there ain't no way you finna blow up my building. You finna sleep peacefully. Yeah, we gonna be two sleeping motherfuckers on the sidewalk together. That's how that's gonna go. I'm sorry. There's no way you're going to attack my family, my friends, and
Yes.
yours is gonna be intact. I don't care if police was in. They get it too. You're not immune. You're not exempt. That's my mentality. So if I had it down, I'm sure I would have had it back then. So I just, again, I often wonder how.
See, my mentality is I gotta die for mine. You know, me being the man of the household, I'm not gonna let you just bring yourself in me and say, hey, or let you throw stuff in my window and then me not hunt you down and beat the crap out of you and then take you to your crib and throw stuff in your window. So we gonna, at some point you gonna learn that this is not the house nor the family that you wanna mess with. I'm not gonna sit there and just, I mean, I'm sorry, but I think that my mindset now would have still been the same back then had I been born during those times.
That's how I say it. I think my
I just don't
mindset
see
would have been the
how
same
it would
way
be different.
if you know, I just, for the life of me, I think about that, and when I watch those, I hate it when they show those in Black History Month. I hate when they show all of that, because all it does is piss me off. I don't see how any Black person can watch that and not be pissed off. I don't see that as anything to
Then how
be
you let
proud.
somebody change your
prideful.
name to whatever they wanted to change it to? No.
Yeah, that watching all that whole Roots and Amistad and 12 Years a Slave and all that. Ooh, no. Yeah, you know, and, not to mention what you read about. Not to mention the parts that you read about. Like, seriously? And after all that, even now, in 2020, here we are, 2020, still think that it's okay to do the bullshit. And there shouldn't be consequences for that.
No, man.
And and I hate, no, I don't hate to say it. I'm just gonna say it. I feel that they only got that mindset because they looked at their history and saw that the people then didn't really do shit back.
Right.
So they take the page from their people. Oh, we can do it again. You notice back then when it was happening, they people didn't do too much. You know, they were scared. Why not repeat what worked before? Why not?
Sorry, but I'm not in agreement. I'm not in agreement with allowing. I don't care how many generations back you thought that it was okay for you to do something to my family and for me to sit back and just endure it.
I ain't even just talking about my family. I'm talking about some of my people, period. I'm not gonna disrespect, but even if it could be somebody on the street. If they my same skin tone, my brother or sister, melanin, and I'm seeing them getting mistreated. Oh, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna take that personal. Because if you do it to them, that means you do it to me.
Yeah.
And you do it to somebody else. So as far as I'm concerned, it ain't just the buck just don't stop at my family. It stops at anybody of melanin that I see being mistreated. I'm not just gonna walk past and say, "Oh, that ain't my business." Yeah, it actually is. Indirectly, it is my business. Because, like I said, if they do it to that person, eventually it's gonna get to me.
Yeah.
Or a family member, someone that I know, someone that I feel, someone, yeah.
Especially when they're defenseless. That's the worst part. You know, like somebody got their hands handcuffed behind their back and they getting the shit beat out of them. Then, or somebody tied up and they getting shit beat out of them. Or someone outnumbered so badly that they can't really do anything. Like when a person is defenseless, it makes it heightens my level of anger for that person being mistreated. I'm not in this particular scenario. I'm not talking about race, color, or creed, but mainly because the people of melanin are the one that this is happening to. That's the reason why.
It's not just happening to them.
That's
but
why I said
it's being shown more
in this particular scenario.
As far as that,
right?
Because somebody put a post up on my Facebook page and a white guy, face down, handcuffs, cops, two of them. One of them says to him, "You know you don't want a piece of this guy," pointing to his partner, "but you're not about to live that long anyway." Yes, said this on video. And shot the man in the head, point blank.
So you thinking that so
it's not just happening to black people. They just not showing it.
So
Who else is happening to?
If he would have killed all of them, he wouldn't have been within his rights because he would have went to prison.
Of course.
I'm talking about, I don't care, like, if he was Caucasian, person of melanin,
I was so mad when I saw that.
So
I said
they would have sent him to jail.
this is what they want you
it's
to
okay
think
for them
that
to
it's just
threaten
a
this
black problem against cops.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's
It's
never one nationality.
It's never.
Okay, first off,
Just that's only thing is being publicized.
Let's put it out here. Let's put it out here this way. First off, when you're looking at people being killed, every race is killing every race. It don't matter how you look at it, how you twist it, how you turn it. Every race is killing every race. Every race is also being killed by quote unquote their law enforcement, the law enforcement. So, and this is not something that's new.
Can we even call them that?
Well, in order for people to understand and interpret what I'm talking about, then I'm just gonna say it in a way in which they understand what I'm talking about. But
Okay, but let's dissect that, shall we? Because in order to call them law enforcement, shouldn't you yourself abide by those same laws that you call yourself enforcing?
The pigs
Don't do that.
killing people.
I do
so
agree
it's a
with
problem with the pigs
I agree with
killing people because the pigs are basically just abusing their power that they've been given.
But
by
they
the
don't
government.
have no power. That's the illusion.
but if you read
That people don't allow them to believe that they have all this power.
Exactly.
That
Since
illusion needs to be
people have allowed them to
smashed.
believe that they have that
Bits.
power. They're abusing said power that they're believed to have been given by people.
Well, see, for people who, this is another thing too. When you feel like someone has got the ups on you, especially those who's supposed to be protecting, serving and protecting, if you feel like they have the ups on you, first off, we need to be finding out what laws govern the facility, the area, the neighborhood, the country, the county in which you live in. You need to be abreast of all those laws, because when you are abreast of those laws, a lot of times, I'm not saying this happens every time, but a lot of times the people behind the badge and the gun are a little more apprehensive to even mess with you versus the people who don't show or display that they know anything about those laws. And this is not something that I'm saying just to be saying. I'm not saying this because I've never witnessed it, because I have. And a lot of times I've even witnessed it, in person. I've seen this happen. So being abreast of laws is something that I feel like the citizens should learn. And for those of you who know someone that may not be able to educate themselves on that because of whatever their handicap is, or whatever the thing that keeps them from being able to do so, help them learn it so they can start quoting this stuff. Now, the other part, and I learned this from someone who I know that's an attorney, the other part about that is when you know something about the law and you spit that out, and your family members, or let's say that it was just you and that person behind the badge and the gun that was there at the scene of the crime, if someone knows you and know that you're that type of person that will spit that out there, and you're not afraid to spit that out there, guess what? In court, your name will be held up. Your name will be upheld. So therefore, whether you are dead or alive, you can still win that case. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, you know what, mister? I got a bone to pick with you.
I got a bone to pick with me too.
Let me tell you something.
Uh-oh.
When I was in elementary school and I came to you and I told you, I found out about bears in hibernation. And you let me sit there and tell you that bears eat, get fat, and then sleep all winter? And you didn't even correct me.
What?
I honestly thought that bears slept all winter. Like the entire winter. Because in school, they told us that they eat, they get like really fat.
Hibernate, basically.
Yes, the hibernation, but they told us when they hibernate, they sleep the entire winter. They sleep the entire winter. I was under the impression that bears sleep the entire winter.
Okay. First off, me remembering about the whole bear hibernation thing, I do recall telling you about polar bears don't hibernate during winter.
Dude, we know about polar bears, but I'm not talking about polar bears.
I remember telling you that this is not true about bears hibernating an entire winter. They only hibernate for so long, and after that, they're back up again and out in the wilderness. I always have corrected things that came from the schools when it comes to you all bringing stuff to me. I'm always giving you history and educating you on certain things. Now, if you were saying that this other person you told that to,
I ain't tell her that.
and this other person never said anything,
No,
I would agree
I'm
with you.
talking about you. Because I told
No,
you. Because I come to you with the facts.
No.
I barely told her about
I
stuff
don't
that I
do
know
that.
in school.
That's not my cup of tea. I don't do that. I'm not gonna sit there and leave you in the wing like that. That's not gonna happen.
You did, bro. You told me
No,
that they
bro.
wake up. I know that they wake up. I thought that they wake up after winter.
No, baby.
Oh, jeez.
I've been bamboozled.
By yourself.
I've
You
been
bamboozled yourself.
lied to.
You've been hornswoggled.
Yes.
The teachers did it to you.
And you
No.
know nothing. I will bite you.
No.
You did not
And
tell
I will
me.
take a bite because I know better than to not tell you or something when it comes to
Crap.
schools. Yeah, just say you don't remember.
Okay. Well,
Excuse me, goldfish.
before we close, let me just put this out there. For those of you who feel like you are awake, enlightened, elevated, however you want to describe it, and you're sharing your information on, via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, what's the TikTok, all that, YouTube, all that, and you're sharing your information of your evolution, of your grand rising, your awakening, like I said, how you want to call that. Make sure you did some in-depth homework before you put up so-called facts.
Yes, please. Please make sure you've done some form of homework. And
Yes.
and let me add something to that. For those of you who are the enlightened ones, let's learn something today. Let's learn something. Let's learn the fact that you are targets for false information.
Oh my gosh.
Therefore, your in-depth research needs to be more in-depth than what you're digging, because obviously you're not digging deep enough. So that information that you're spewing and throwing out here on social media is misleading. You got a bunch of information that's being given from one source and given from another source and then given from someone's opinion, and then you jumble all of that garbage together to create more garbage because a person is only getting the same thing they would get out of a multivitamin, and that's less than a grain of truth.
Yeah. And it's really disheartening to
It's
see it
degrading.
and actually see people validate it because it makes sense to them, even though like a lie can make sense. Let's put it that way. A lie can make sense.
Yes, it can.
We see that in practice every single day with religion, with politics, with pretty much everyday life. Lies can make sense. The truth is a little bit more hard to take. The lies are always more easier to be believed.
Yes.
Whereas the truth is what people just cannot deal with. It can't
Can't fathom that.
Yeah, it's like it does something to the brain. I don't know if it's because they've been lied to for so long that when they get that dosage of the truth, it's like shock to the system or whatever. But just before you post how you know, so-called in-depth knowledge that you've come across or know, just make sure you did some in-depth homework before you put that up there as the end-all be-all truth. That's all I got to say on that, because it can really be toxic to someone who's actually trying to find actual answers and come across what looks to be truth, but is really more fiction.
And it's demeaning to the people who do actually know the truth. It's demeaning and disrespectful.
Disrespectful to the truth itself, to the knowledge itself. You gotta remember, there's a lot in their Vatican that they don't want us to get our hands on. That's for damn sure. Oh yeah. Wonder why that is. Anyone else? Anyone?
You wonder why that is? Yeah.
That was not a realistic question
This
at all.
This is the one time when they actually hide the truth, not in plain sight.
They don't want that truth to come in plain sight.
Hey, look,
Trust and believe.
y'all can't know the Krabby Patty formula.
The Krabby Patty formula early.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
But
So,
to all of our people who passed away due to no fault of their own, from the people of the Badges and Guns, RIH to those people, RIP, whichever one you choose, to the families that have lost loved ones, to those people, you know, my condolences to you all. Even the ones that are of the past, my condolences to you all as well. I just hope that there is eventually some form of resolution to this ongoing problem that we seem to continuously accrue for unknown reasons. Thank you all for everything.
let's end this on a much more positive note. Congratulations, 12-year-old Caleb Anderson, for starting your second year of college at Chattahoochee Technical. Congratulations,
Yes,
man.
indeed. Yes,
Do your
indeed.
thing. 12 years old. You are awesome. You rock.
That's
Keep it
what's
up. Keep it up. Yes. Love to hear that. I said 12. Yes. 12 years old, second year.
Yeah.
Chattahoochee Technical
It's
College.
big news, man.
Yes.
It's big news.
Congratulations,
I
little one.
got for Halloween a disappointment. Jeez.
Thank you guys once again for joining us this laid back Sunday. As always, we try to keep it,
Cool, baby.
Keep it classy.
and most of all, keep it respectful. Join us next Saturday. Again, our new time is at 6 o'clock. So join us next Saturday.
6 p.m. Central Time. That
Yes.
way you can set your time.
Yes.
6 p.m. Central Time.
And we appreciate your views. We appreciate you joining us. We thank you so much. As always, we welcome any topics, feedback, questions, you name it, we welcome it. As long as it's respectful, hey, not a problem.
Yes, indeed.
So until next Saturday, you guys have a good Sunday evening. Enjoy it. Listen to some jazz, get you a glass of wine, kick back, chillax,